Hey everybody. I'm going to be a little bit quieter today because, obviously I have a lot of stuff going on. And also check out the other links, or the link to the Twitch, if you guys can watch it over there. Because I'm going to be streaming on both platforms. And it would mean a lot to get more followers over there, so please consider it. I want to help. It helps me grow because I want to try to transition from doing less stuff over here and more stuff over there as well, and striking a bit of a balance. So, and also hopefully everyone had a great Easter. could talk a little bit because it's a little bit better for me now to where I can. I'm working on this fan art purely for fun today because I wanted to. I was planning on doing this and getting it done on Easter, right? But because things didn't really go according to plan, and because of the sheer fact that, well, I'm lazy, nothing really went well. Also, to Magni, and also, I think Connor joined. Hi, welcome in. If you're still here, that is. If you're not, oh well. Wanted to see. Let me turn on the light. I'm trying to get stuff done. Boobs of steel. Kinda, she does. I should know. But make sure to share the Twitch account around, get more people interested, go and following over there, because I'm going to be streaming a little bit more over there. So, yeah, I'm going to be streaming over there a lot more. I'm working on this Easter-themed funny fan art. Let me turn this music off. Or is it too loud? I'm turning it off anyways because it is a little loud. Because it's the only way I can actually play the music is like minimizing the tab. I don't really have a setup to where I can adjust the music on a separate thing, so it's kind of stuck at a certain volume, which kind of sucks. The only way I would have to do stuff like that if I go over and, you know, mess around with it, which gets on my nerves. But yeah, also I'm doing me first, because this is the closest thing you're going to get to a fucking face reveal. A little cartoony version of myself. I am doing alright, mostly. Kind of trying to do some stuff. Easter was good. Spent it with family. We had a lovely dinner. And stuff like that. So I'm doing it. Also, hold on. I might need to use the throne here in a second. But no, I'm doing well. Tired mostly, but I am doing all right. So is that like a cartoon version of you? Kind of. It's like for fan art for a friend. This wasn't really requested from her, but like, um, okay, the good. The Twitch chat is working. I was just testing that. It This was kind of like a fun little idea that I had, and I sent her a reference, and she thought it was really cute. So I thought, okay, I might as well push it a little bit and stuff like that. Shut up. I'm actually borrowing reference from fan art commissions of her anyways, but also just borrowing what little I know from what she said. So it's a cartoon version of yourself. Kind of, yeah. It's the closest thing you're gonna get to a fucking face reveal, so. Also, give me a second. I am going to be right back. I need to use the throne, so I'm going to leave it on a musical screen for a minute on YouTube. I'm going to rewind it. And I'm going to be right back. I don't judge. Yeah, sure you don't. So, I'm going to be right back. back in the saddle again. Okay. I took the throne and I destroyed it. Which, in retrospect, is terrible. But yeah, doing this little fun fan art for her because A, care about her, and B, she thought it was cute and funny, so I thought, you know what, something Easter-wise, something amusing to capitalize on this little awkward but fun relationship that we have, and talk and shit. So, I figured, why not, you know? Why not? Let me check on the Twitch side, see if I missed anything. So, yeah. Shoot. So, I'm tempted. Um, excuse me. Ugh. Whew, crap. I hate Mondays. So get over yourself. Too bad. Boo-hoo, you hate Mondays. Oh, I'm sorry. Boo-hoo! Don't we all? Oh, you're just... you cleaning the house is a bit... Oh, I'm sorry, Cinderella. Oh, boo-hoo. Cleaning the house is such a chore. I'm sorry that you have to do manual labor. Boo-hoo. I'm so sorry. Not! Get over yourself, you lazy thing. How dare you? It's not that bad. Get over yourself. Also, you sound like my dad. I rather work out. Oh well, then maybe I can agree with your dad, and you need to not work out because doing manual labor is the same damn thing. It's just a different, versatile version of it. Clean, Consuela. Clean. Get to cleaning. Come on. We don't have time for your excuses. Consuela Jr. He thinks I'm a lazy ass. Did you ever ponder the possibility that he is right? Makes you think. I just prefer my parents to do the cleaning. Yeah, you prefer it so this way you don't have to do it. But that's the problem. You have kids of your own. Would you expect here's my thing. Here's the logic of responsibility. If you ever have kids of your own, are you going to have them do all the work and you do absolutely nothing because you don't want the responsibility? Fuck no. If you decide to ponder on that and think, oh, I just have all my kids do all the work and I would hardly take care of them or clean the house and live in filth, then you need to do some self-reflecting, my friend. You need to do some self-educating and self-reflecting massively. Ugh. Well, I expect them to clean their rooms, and I expect to clean mine. Yeah, but sometimes you're going to have to pick up after them, because they're children. Are you going to not clean their vomit if they get sick or they have a fever? You just gonna let them die or let them deal with it on their own? Think! I'm not having kids because I'm not with a woman. Exactly! Maybe that's the reason why. Because you have women... Here's the thing when it comes to women. Women are complicated creatures. But one thing they don't... The thing is that you have to have confidence... You have to have self-respect, you have to have a backbone, but you also have to have this sense of responsibility. Some women like that because at the end of it all, if they know what you're to do and you have stuff actually figured out in your life, depending on the woman, you're golden. I should know. Oh.
Ow, my back. Well, if it's a balancing act, it's not just that. Sometimes it's about two people that can solve problems, but there are users on both sides. So. Well, hi. Love the vibes here. Also, thank you. I swear to God, if that's a bot, no. And also, at least they enjoy the vibes, so that's nice. I hate when they put that in the chat, the little, what's it called, because it's very frustrating. But who cares? But glad you enjoy the vibes on Twitch, Arthur. But yes. I'm trying to think. I just deleted that because it's like, I hate when that people do that bot. If it's a bot, I always remove it. I hate the. Well, you can suffer because you deal with it. I don't care. That's not my problem because I don't get that on my lives. So. Yeah, of course, but yet you're complaining about it, so. I'm not putting a goth look on myself because I'm not very goth. Punk, yes. I'm kind of like Kevin 11. If you watch Ben 10, that's kind of me, but I'm doing the my hair first because I have dark brown mixed with light brown hair. If I was only doing this on Twitch, I would play music and stuff. Because I plan on doing more streams only on Twitch. Because I want to grow my audience over there. Because I am at... Hold on. Let me look real quick. I am at 36 followers. I wanna kind of grow over there. Also, give me a second. I want to check something really quick. I want to try to find Ash's, Ash and Vic's, what's it called? Where is... Oh, there they are. Okay. I hate that. They're gonna have to turn on the setting on a laptop. I'm gonna have to tell her. Hold on. They're gonna have to do that because their VODs aren't saving. That's the one thing that is annoying about Twitch. I'm gonna sit here. This annoys the shit out of me. With Twitch, you have to manually get on a laptop and turn that setting on. That setting should automatically be on whenever you start your fucking Twitch account. Because most people want their VODs to save. I don't understand why that setting is off. When you fucking do shit. That is the most annoying fucking thing I've ever heard when it comes down to it. Because A, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, genuinely, it's fucking ridiculous. Because for me personally, I think it's bullshit for you to have to go and manually get a laptop and a computer to turn that shit on. It makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense. I don't understand why on God's green earth it's ha ha ha. I'm trying to figure this out. And also, that's my face, by the way. Shut up. And also, I'm going to be moving on to another project here in a bit. I'm just trying to get some coloring done. Because I'm going to also try to get a thumbnail done for a couple videos. Shit. Also, Pope Francis died. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not super religious, so I can't really say anything. Because, like, for me, it's one of those things where I genuinely don't care. Shoot. Oh, that's a very true post. There was a meme on Twitter. Self-promotion? Yep, same old crap. Yeah, I figured she did. That's something that really annoys me. Matthew, what are you drawing? Fan art for a friend. No, give me a second. Um, nope, not happening. Sometimes I don't. I think some people just kind of come off a bit rude. Not you guys, but something I'm on a server. I feel like ugh. And way to throw my own stuff in my face. Uh, to throw that in my face. I feel like I don't like arguing with people because it's like, it's one of those things where I'm very opinionated and I don't like arguing. Hold on, I'm just gonna end this. It's one of those things where it annoys the shit out of me because like, like, it's not the first time. This is why it annoys me. Nah, nothing, just drawing. Well, I was saying that on a friend server, like, she didn't, like, not really a friend. Like, it's a content creator server, somebody else's. And like, it's one of those things where I'm in a couple of them. But it's not the first time they've kind of come off, like, even, well... That's something I can't stand. Just somebody that... Throwing my own actions in my face and hoping for a better outcome. Like, that's something I can't stand. You also use sarcasm here, which had also no need, if I recall. But also there are many art DC servers there you could use or try out. Maybe they would even say things that could help you learn. Maybe that you could be compliant you're better than we did. Like, compliment better than we did. See, that's something I can't fucking stand. Like, I'm just... give me a second. I'm gonna just put the link to the stream. And, you know, I gotta kind of just call this out as I see it. Because, like, when you read that in context and stuff like that, it's just throwing someone's own actions back in their face and kind of being a dick about it. Because it's like, oh, well, you did this, but there's no need for it. It's like, motherfucker, you guys have done it way more than I have. You guys have just become, like, you guys kind of act like pricks. Sometimes. I'm sorry, I just gotta call it as is. Like, it's bad enough on Twitter, it's bad enough online. Here's my thing. I don't like it any more than anyone else. Because, like, here's my thing. I don't like that shit. Like, I'm trying not to, like, sometimes I'll look at shit or check shit. I really shouldn't anymore. I should just focus on the stream. But I absolutely despise when people are kind of condescending about stuff. Because, like, after a certain point, if it happens once, it's whatever. But if it happens multiple fucking times, if it happens more than once. Okay, here's what was going on. Briefly, I'm checking shit, whatever. I made a quip. I think I put something in a friend server about, like, you know, They removed, self-promotion, whatever. I don't care. That's not like, I don't give a shit. And I kind of just pointed it out that, because previously, same individual, I'm not going to say any names, whatever. Because I don't want to be that way. I'm not that way. But I'm just pointing it out because I just talk about shit on stream and I don't care. But I just noticed it. What? Yeah, whatever. And that's my point. Yeah, very funny. No, that's what I'm talking about. The underlying condescending jackass comments. Just now, even now. And it's not the first damn time. And this is what pisses me off about it. So basically, they decide, they remove self-promotion, but then they promote on the main tab, which they've also reinforced to other individuals in the same server, including myself. Well, blah, 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 I don't want you self-promoting, but the blah, blah, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And then, to add insult to injury, to be very condescending, outright rude, multiple times, and multiple different parallel arguments, gets on my nerves. So when I kind of called it out, she got kind of snotty about it. And then somebody else has to jump in, which is not their place to do so. And the individual knows who they are. Because what was said was this or that. Well, what am I supposed to do? Hold on a second. Okay.